All right, guys, let's get real. If your mornings aren't quite like they once were, and I figure we both understand exactly what I mean, you have to listen up. You're already sipping coffee each morning, aren't you? Imagine if I said that tossing in just a couple of easy additions to that mug could truly assist with circulation, vitality, and yeah, those reliable morning moments that used to show up without fail. I'm Dr. Sophia Carter, and for more than a decade as a urologist, I've been guiding men through sorting out these challenges. I've worked with countless thousands of fellows facing these problems, and truthfully, often the most effective fixes aren't hiding in the pill drawer. They're right there in your cupboard at home. Today, I'm breaking down precisely what to mix into your coffee, transforming it from a simple wake-up brew into a drink that genuinely bolsters your performance through the entire day. And before you dismiss this as some kind of new age herbal nonsense, rest assured that all I'm discussing here is supported by solid science. We're referring to studies that have passed peer review, not those wild online tales. But even more key, these are solutions that actual patients in my clinic have relied on with great results for years now. Look, coffee's fantastic. It revs up your circulation, jolts you awake, sharpens your focus. But here's the catch. Regular coffee delivers that rush followed by a slump. Your pulse quickens briefly. Then by 10 a.m., you're grabbing for the second cup. And sure, it gives a short-term lift to blood flow, but it doesn't touch the deeper concerns that count most once you're past 50. Your testosterone levels are dipping, your arteries are losing some give, and that fast caffeine buzz is basically slapping a patch on a leaking hose. What we really ought to aim for is reshaping that coffee into a brew that tackles what's truly happening inside you. Your usual morning habit stays the same, except now it's truly benefiting you in the areas that make a difference. Picture it like this. You wouldn't fuel a Ferrari with standard unleaded, would you? Well, once you're over 50, your system craves top-shelf nourishment, not the everyday basics. And the great news is, you can enhance your coffee using items you likely already stock in your kitchen or can pick up cheaply at the nearest market. Kicking things off, cinnamon. And I don't mean pouring in half the jar, just a quarter teaspoon, or half if the flavor appeals to you. But listen, not every cinnamon out there is the same. Go for Ceylon cinnamon if possible, rather than the standard cassia kind from the supermarket shelf. Ceylon has much lower coumarin content, which is important when you're using it every day. Coumarin can strain your liver if it builds up too high. Now here's exactly why cinnamon packs such a punch. It's essentially the natural stabilizer for your blood sugar. Research indicates it can lower fasting glucose by as much as 29%. And keeping blood sugar in check is massive for erectile function. When your glucose levels yo-yo through the day, it's gradually wrecking those minuscule vessels supplying your penis. We're discussing capillaries finer than a strand of hair. They suffer first whenever sugar control slips. Elevated blood sugar triggers glycation. In essence, your bloodstream thickens like molasses and clogs up your pipes. It's akin to grinding sand against your arterial walls. Cinnamon delivers polyphenols, these beneficial compounds that ease all that mess, holding your levels even, which translates to superior circulation right where you need it. But wait, here's the exciting part. Cinnamon brings this soothing warmth that eases blood vessels via vasodilation. You remember that sensation after biting into something zesty, where warmth spreads everywhere? It's a milder version of that. The key player is cinnamaldehyde, and it prompts your system to generate nitric oxide. That's the very substance Viagra targets. Patients share with me that blending in cinnamon to their coffee leaves them with even-keeled energy all day. No shakes, no drop-off, just consistent power. One fellow, a 58-year-old builder, mentioned it meant the gap between crashing for a midday snooze and tackling his afternoon tasks head-on. On top of that, it lends your brew the vibe of something from a high-end cafe. If you've sampled a Mexican brew or one from the Middle East, you get how the cinnamon coffee pairing goes back ages. Those traditions nailed the perks way before labs confirmed them. Moving on, cocoa powder. Skip the sweetened hot cocoa mix. Opt for genuine, unsweetened cocoa powder. The variety's so rich, it's nearly ebony. Stir in just a teaspoon to your coffee and see the shift. Cocoa brims with flavonoids, particularly epicatechin and catechin. These match the elements that render dark chocolate beneficial, minus the extra sweetness and carbs. Those flavonoids perform a vital role. They ramp up nitric oxide output. If nitric oxide's unfamiliar, it's the chief trigger for erections. It's the cue that instructs your vessels to widen and welcome the rush of blood. In your younger days, your system churns out ample nitric oxide. Post-50, it halves in production. The greater your nitric oxide levels, the simpler and stronger your erections get, and cocoa reliably elevates it without tricks. A piece from the Journal of Hypertension revealed that men enjoying daily cocoa saw circulation gains on par with certain drugs, side effect-free. Think a 30% boost in flow-mediated dilation. That's the technical term for how effectively your arteries expand. It even tweaks your outlook in a neat way. Cocoa holds anandamides, mirroring the bliss chemicals your body releases during romance. It straight up lifts your spirits. Phenylethylamine joins in as a built-in mood booster. So beyond aiding your physical game, you're priming your mind for it too. And truthfully, mindset drives half of performance. Oh, and an overlooked plus, cocoa overflows with magnesium. That's essential for crafting testosterone and keeping muscles firing. Plenty of men run low on magnesium, and this sneaks in extra effortlessly. For flavor, it morphs your coffee into a mocha minus the sugar overload. If the bitterness hits hard initially, toss in a dash of stevia or monk fruit. Those are clean options that keep glucose steady. Now, maca powder. This one's fascinating. Peruvians have harnessed it for millennia, dubbing it their natural Viagra, though it operates nothing like the pill. Rather than shoving blood around briefly, maca encourages your system to ramp up its own hormones organically. Maca thrives at 14,000 feet amid the Andes, in spots where little else endures. That tough terrain renders the roots super tough and nutrient-dense. It packs 19 amino acids, plus vitamins C and E, calcium, zinc, iron, magnesium, and exclusive gems like macenes and macamides found nowhere else. The research on maca is solid. A 2009 trial showed men on 2.4 grams a day, roughly a teaspoon, for 12 weeks noted big gains in libido and function. Yet another linked it to enhanced sperm volume and movement. But the real twist? It's no energizer. As an adaptogen, it aids your body in handling stress and staying even. Maca's edge lies in targeting the hypothalamus and pituitary, your hormone command center. It doesn't inject extra hormones. It nudges your own production higher. That's why benefits accumulate gradually, not in a sudden wave. A teaspoon in coffee imparts a subtle nutty hint, bordering on butterscotch. Folks describe it like malted shakes. Some dig it right away. Others warm up to it. Quick advice. Yellow maca offers the gentlest taste. Red shines for prostate support, while black excels in boosting drive and endurance. I generally suggest easing in with yellow. The outcomes? Most report shifts in pep and urge after 2 to 3 weeks. Not instant, but lasting gains. Maca's crown jewel is its broader reach beyond just erections. Men mention sharper lifts, crisper thoughts, and rediscovering their old selves. One client, a 54-year-old educator, likened it to flipping the switch on mental fog. Suddenly, everything sharpened and locked in. All right, coconut oil in coffee might seem odd. I understand. But stick with me. Blending a teaspoon of coconut oil into your steaming coffee yields a velvety, satisfying sip that sustains fullness and drive for hours. Skip the 10 a.m. dip, the snack urges, the frantic donut grab. But now the real deal. Testosterone builds from cholesterol and quality fats, not the junk trans fats. Your system requires building blocks for hormone assembly. And if you've stuck to low-fat eats for years, believing it was smart, you could have shortchanged your endocrine output. Coconut oil supplies medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Unlike typical fats that slog through digestion, MCTs zip to your liver and flip into fuel pronto. It's akin to elite-grade energy your body taps without delay. Roughly 60% of coconut oil's MCTs, especially lauric acid, which fights bugs and bolsters defenses. Trials link MCTs to testosterone upticks. One found guys on MCTs clocked 20% more testosterone versus other fat sources.
They also showed stronger thyroid activity, key for burning fuel and pep. Those embracing coconut oil coffee, some label it bulletproof, describe even energy through the morn, keener wits, and solid gym showings. The fats temper caffeine uptake. So forget the jolt and tumble. Enjoy a smooth rollout over time, and consistently, smart fats nurture steady testosterone. The secret? Blend it proper. Stirring alone leaves an oily film that's just gross. Grab a blender, a handheld frother, or shake a jar vigorously. It whips up a lush, latte-esque treat that outshines plain Joe in mouthfeel, like a premium spot's creation. A few can't stomach the fat load initially. Your bile system adjusts to morning grease. Begin at half a teaspoon and ramp up across a week or two. Tummy troubles? Dial back and ease in. MCT oil swaps in fine, purer and gentler for some. Final touch, ginger. Freshly grated or powdered works. This gem supercharges your flow like jet fuel. It harbors gingerols and shogalls, fierce inflammation fighters. They widen vessels, dial down swelling, and get this. Research confirms it lifts testosterone by shielding your testes from oxidation damage. Sounds quirky, I know, but consider it. Your balls face nonstop threats. Daily sitting heat, snug pants squeeze, metabolic wear, toxin exposure. Testicular temps run 2 to 3 degrees below core for peak output. Overheat or strain them, and T drops. Ginger guards and sustains them. A 2012 study logged a 17.7% testosterone rise after 3 months of daily ginger. Another boosted sperm numbers and swim power. Experts credit boosted luteinizing hormone, the go signal for testicular T output. In coffee, ginger delivers a cozy zing. Not overpowering, merely enough to rouse your full setup. Like a soft buzzer over a blaring siren. Revs you gently. Kick off with 1/4 teaspoon powder or a dime-sized fresh sliver. Fresh versus powder. Fresh packs volatile oils for instant flow perks. Powder concentrates actives for enduring wins. I favor fresh mornings for the jolt, but powder suits prep or trips. Heads up, ginger hits strong for tender guts. Ease in tiny or pair with eats. It mildly thins blood too, so check with doc on thinners. For most, though, it's ultra-safe, medicinally trusted over 5,000 years. You're likely wondering, do I need a lab setup in my kitchen daily? Nope. Here's the practical play. Begin with a single tweak, only one. Test cinnamon for 7 days. Gauge your vibe, then layer in cocoa next round. No need for the full lineup daily. That could overwhelm. The effortless route that delivers. Snag pre-blended cinnamon cocoa mix. Stash by the brewer. Spoonful per mug, finished. Seconds flat. Or snag quality maca and drop that solo. Straightforward. For flair, my weekend booster brew, pour your usual coffee. Blender load with teaspoon coconut oil, half teaspoon cinnamon, teaspoon cocoa, ginger nub. Whirl 30 seconds.
It's a wholesome cafe sipper that nourishes for real. Moderation rules. Piling all 5 day ones spells gut woes and sours the idea. Ease in. Skip expecting wonders. Serious conditions like diabetes or cardiac stuff. This optimizes, doesn't heal, doc first. Ditch sweetened variants. Flavored cocoa, sugared ginger, cinnamon blends. Undoes the goal. We're stabilizing sugar, not surging it. And persist beyond week 1. Your system's wired decades deep. It craves adjustment time to new vibes. Commit a month minimum before judging. Here's your move. Select one item. I'd pick cinnamon. Simple, tasty for most. 1/4 teaspoon daily in coffee. Next 30 days. Done. Week 1. Solo cinnamon, mornings only. Track sensations. Week 2. Cocoa teaspoon plus cinnamon if solid. Week 3. Maca thrice weekly. Say mun wed fry. Week 4. Trial coconut oil or ginger. Your pick. Log vibes. Pep, spirits, dawn reliability, lifts. Your metrics. Phone memo or fridge note. Score energy 1 through 10 daily. Flag oddities, wins, or woes. Odds are, shifts hook you for more tweaks. Month trials often lock it as habit. For full send, my trio launch. Cinnamon, cocoa, maca mornings, 1 month. All 3 under $15 total. Reward? Reclaiming your edge. Gentlemen, decline isn't fate. Morning Joe outgrows mere alert. It's natural backup for your core manhood needs. No rarities here, grocery staples. Cheap. Tasty enough. Science-vetted, tradition-tested millennia. So tomorrow's brew, recall this chat. You hold upgrade power via one mug tweak. Your frame still wows. Just feed it right. Comment below. What's your current coffee mix? I'm keen on your hacks. Tried these? Report back. Your story sparks another's start. Helped? Subscribe for straight men's health post 50. Zero shame, pure workable tips. Share with a pal in need. Best bro move. Info that reshapes lives. Till next, Dr. Sophia Carter here. Tiny shifts yield huge wins. Keep tough, gents.